Let's grab this puppy out here. Oopsies. Looking for one of my copies of my book that says New York Times bestseller. Can't find one. They're in the garage. Hello. Look at me smiling. So excited to be here. Whew, goodness gracious. Can I feature this right now? Oh my gosh, do you see a link for my book right now? I just think I did some Facebook magic. That's really cool. We'll talk about that in a minute. Hello, everyone. It is a dreary day in Minnesota. I am headed to the eye doctor in a little bit, and I'm actually very, very excited about it. That's how you know you're old. I got glasses a couple years ago, and I never got them fitted to my face. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I had this weird thing happen when I was there where they wouldn't let me take my contacts out because they wouldn't let me use contact solution. And I'm like, well, I can't see through my glasses to see if they work if I have my contacts in. And it was like a young kid working. And he's like, well, we're not allowed to give you contact solution. And I was like, I've never heard of that. It was so weird. So I never got my glasses fitted to my face, and the blink of an eye, years have passed and they do not fit me. And they're just beat up from falling off all the time. So I am actually going to a new eye doctor today and starting fresh. And I was just wondering, I wonder if they're going to do that like poof thing, that like, the poof. Is that glaucoma? I haven't had an eye appointment in a while, so I was like, oh. And also on an autism note, we have never had Cooper's eyesight tested, and someone told me that because he's non-speaking and would not be able to accurately answer questions, it would always be yes, but that you can test eyesight without doing that. If someone knows that, could you comment for all of us and how we do that and because I have no idea if Cooper can, I know he can see because to an extent, but I have Coke bottle glasses. Like I'm very, very, very poor eyesight. And so I'm just wondering, but I need to know about that. That's kind of we're doing dental right now, and then we'll worry about eye. You can only take on so many things at one time. But also, I don't know any place to go for him. So, what else is happening? I'm going to talk about yesterday. We've actually had some big things happening. Just on an emotional, on the autism ride. Is there any other way of saying it? We're on the autism ride. And just to give hope to parents of younger kids. That's what I always try to do. I felt like when Cooper was younger and we were really in those crisis years, and it felt like every day was these just extreme highs and lows, and, add in not sleeping and being isolated and not having a community and battling school and everything. Every day just felt like this up and down. And to give hope, I like to give hope, and if this helps anyone, and if you can relate, comment. As Cooper's gotten older, I feel like we have longer periods of just kind of steady Eddie, which I'm so thankful for. We'll have days where we're like, okay, we're doing this, right? Hey, Brock. Like days where we're like just kind of trucking along. But what I've noticed as he's gotten older is those highs and lows are way bigger now. They're really big now. And so real big, and harder, more challenging, scarier, worrisome, all of it. And I don't know what's easier or harder, or if it even matters, having crisis every day or having really big crises every week or so. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe there isn't. But, hey, Brianne, social stories are great. But social stories, a couple of things have to be factored in. You have to have a person who is cognitively able to grasp a social story. In some cases, like wearing deodorant or getting dressed, Cooper can really grasp a social story. The other thing, as you get more complicated, he just isn't quite able to. But you have to also factor in a social story goes right out the window when a crisis arises. So if Cooper feels threatened, if he feels scared, if he has fight or flight, no amount of social story preparation, it's like we lose them. So social stories are a beautiful thing, and we use them for, like self-care and things like that. I very much, my one piece of advice for social stories is use real pictures of your child and their real life. That's kind of my one thing. Social stories have never worked when we use pictures of other people. It took us a while to learn that. Anyhow, I'm not going to really get too much into school stuff, but I think we're going to be making some big decisions for Cooper for school. And if you have a child in special education and it's awesome, I'm so happy for you. I mean, truly, honestly. I have 3 neurotypical kids, and while there's some things that happen, school is relatively positive and good. I mean, Sawyer has his moments. At my Harbor, he's 7 at his conference. His teacher's like, he lays down a lot. And I asked him, and he's like, math's like 4 hours long. I get really tired. I mean, just cute things. Winnie. I picked up Winnie yesterday. You're going to love this, you guys. I picked up Winnie yesterday, and she asked me to hold on to her shiny stones. And so I am holding on to her shiny stones. She asked me this morning, do you have my shiny stones? And I was like, yes, I have them. So if you want to know where they are, I have them. I think that's great. I don't really have cute moments like that in school with Cooper. Never have. It's always been a try and make this work situation. So, right now he is in a public school in a self-contained autism pod. And I'm not going to in any way go into any details here, but what we're seeing is an uptick in behaviors, and Cooper can be really successful when he has a lot of attention and a lot of focus on him. And the second that he doesn't have full attention, and I'm going to use the word naughty. He gets very attention seeking, very naughty. It just happened today. I actually just brought Cooper to an appointment with me, and the second I looked away from him, he knocked over something that was leaning on the wall. And we spent a couple minutes waiting for him to pick them back up. And we just waited, and they were great, and we picked them back up. But it's a perfect definition of Cooper. If he's not getting 100% of your attention, he will be really naughty, and it's real naughty. And you can't have that in a classroom even if there are 3 other peers with severe nonverbal autism, or some are verbal, because they need things too. And a teacher is one person. Our district does not do one-to-one. I know you're going to come at me with all these things, and I'm going to agree with everything you say. They will not do one-to-one. They will not do one-to-one. They will not do one-to-one. And so if we want to do one-to-one, we have to go to a different school, and it's farther away. There's no gen ed. There's pros and cons, and I feel, and my husband and I we're on the same page. We're not sure what to do. And we wish that we could just, one of the hardest parts we find with autism is like, you just kind of want to be like, kid, if you could just pull it together, you could stay here and have so much success. And this is the best place. And can't do that. Because once he tips over that edge, there's no reasoning, there's no logic. And I'm feeling like every emotion with it. I'm feeling anger and frustration. I'm feeling jealousy. I'm feeling sadness. I'm feeling worry. I've never felt any of those emotions with my other kids in school. It's so interesting. It's just, yeah. I was just reading about something on the comment things. So I don't know what we're gonna do, and I'm just taking a couple days to just think. I can tell you, all my concerns. I'm so sick of trying to make something work. I'm so sick of. I'm just at some point you have to factor in mom and dad's mental health. You have to. We're the ones making it work. You have to factor in the school. You have to factor in other kids. You have to factor in all these things. And why don't you just pull him out and keep him home? Lots of reasons. So I am writing a book. My husband and I both work. That's one. Number two, Cooper deserves to be educated. Cooper deserves to be with peers. Cooper deserves to be served, under faith and other laws. He likes school. He likes school. If Cooper is home all day, I can't leave the house. And at some point I have to go to the doctor and I have to go to the grocery store, and the amount of kind of finagling. So there's just lots of factors. I want to be successful in my job. That's what's important to me. And not everybody, that everyone has their own, who they are inherently. I don't want to homeschool. I don't want to. And so that's the other kind of weird thing is like so many parents and, right, me too, like so many parents, I can't imagine ever facing that with my other kids, right? Like, just as an example, like, mom, you're college educated, you love your job, and suddenly you have a school program. You can't find a school program and you have to keep your kid home. That's not fair. I talk to my other girlfriends a lot about creating programs and finding things, but I don't know how people get people that want to work. I can't even find a babysitter for my neurotypical kids. How do you find someone that wants to do this? And can you pay them a livable wage? And there's just so many factors. So I don't have any answers right now. I just have questions and I'm just kind of working through everything. And then you also have to factor in safety. I mean, when you have a non-speaking, challenging person, how do you know that people are being nice? Something just happened the other day where I had to pick up Cooper, and I'll share it here. I saw looks on faces that broke my heart, and I actually just looks of disgust, and I actually couldn't control myself, and I said, those are some real nice faces. I don't know, I just came out of nowhere. I couldn't control myself because at the lowest level, I just want kindness and love and respect. And well, Heather, so here, when kids age out of school, so here in Minnesota, we have some pretty good programs if he can cut it. Meaning, can he go to a day program? Can he work a job? Right now at 14, I don't have a crystal ball. He could not work a job. I don't know if he'll ever be able to. Unless I go with him, I guess. And I don't know if I could trust a job coach. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. He might be sitting on my couch for the rest of his life. I don't know. I don't know. it's, and again, I cannot imagine that, thinking that about my other kids. Like, the reason I talk about autism is because it is so unbelievable, and people don't talk about it, you know? So even if, let's just say, you know, my other kids will fly the nest. They will at some point move out, and Cooper will not. And so all of that, I don't have answers yet. I don't know what we're doing. So we're going to kind of work through that. But yesterday, you know, we had a pretty tough meltdown yesterday, and I want to just share about it. I will never, ever, ever share a video of a meltdown. I will never, nor would I ever be able to film a meltdown. But I just want to just say that, because someone's going to be like, we don't believe you. Just believe me. But I really want to talk about after the meltdown, what happens after. But before I pop into the meltdown, I just really want to I'm going to be live with Adrian and Carrie on their page, on Adrian's page. I think we're going to do noon today. So 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, in chat for a trifecta chat. If anyone's interested, that'll be on Adrian's page. But I just want to do one plug, and I'm going to do this at the end. This book is still on sale for $10. And we are selling a boatload of copies. And there's something really beautiful about that, because we want to get this. Adrian and Carrie, the two other authors, we had a meeting yesterday about selling the book. And we talked about, how do we get this book in the hands of every person that needs it? So every mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, teacher, therapist. We just pop on Amazon right now. There's a link, and grab a copy for yourself. And if you're thinking, I don't want to read about autism, I live it, this book will have you nodding. It will have you feeling less alone. It will give you ideas. It touches on, let me just read the chapters to you. And if you've read it, could you just give a plug for me, please, in the comments? But diagnosis, living this life, anxiety, special needs siblings, building community, grief, caregiving, education, what kind of autism is it, family, a different kind of success, and what does forever look like? So please support the autism community. I mean, I just, if we could just get this book in the hands of everybody. So I'll say it again, but right now, don't forget, just pop over and order it for $10. Okay. So yesterday Cooper had a meltdown, and it's, I don't remember him having a meltdown like that. I was trying to think of the last time I've seen him have one. And I was sharing with my husband this morning that I would say, so Harbor, my 7-year-old, when I was pregnant with Harbor, and so let's just say 8 years ago. Yep, the book can be purchased in Australia. Absolutely. Oh, and it's on Audible. Yeah, we recorded it in our voices. Yeah, you can grab the Audible too. When Cooper was 7, he used to be obsessed with paper, colored construction paper, or just colored paper. Oh, that's a great idea, Vicki. You can give one to your library. Every time I speak at a library, I give them copies. Did you know that libraries can't always buy books? They just don't have the budget. I didn't know that, so that's why I'm sharing that. And it's a New York Times bestseller. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So about 7 or 8 years ago, Cooper was obsessed with paper, and we were leaving a therapy center. I'm not going to say the name of it because I love this therapy center. And I was pregnant, very pregnant. And Cooper wanted paper, and we were kind of like, he can't just go behind an office desk and take paper. I know that. You know that. And we said no. And this was, again, 7, 8 years ago, he dropped to the ground. And his mission when he is in meltdown mode is, we call it flopping and kicking. And he did a lot of kicking back then, still does. And they had these glass doors. And he, oh, thank you, Karen. Yeah, if you order, tell me. Thank you. And he, it was bad. And I was laying on top of him, not afraid for myself, not afraid for my baby, truthfully. But I was just trying to keep him safe, keep property safe, keep everything safe. And it went on for a long time. And someone said to me, should we call the police? And I will never forget that. Like, I will never, you guys, 8 years ago, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? No. And it scared me so much that what if the police had come? Thank you, Tammy. What if the police had come and like Jamie and I, my husband and I were talking about it this morning, and he was saying, what were the police going to do? Like put him in handcuffs and put him in the back of a squad? Like talk about escalating a situation, you know, and this is all gray. This is not black and white. And it scared me so much. And that was the last time I remember that level of meltdown. So yesterday we brought Snoopy Joe to the dentist, and we're doing some dental work, and we're kind of exploring uncharted territory, and we're going to try some things. And if it doesn't work, we're not going to do it. So basically, we're going to pull a bunch of teeth. If we can't do some modifications, we're going to pull a bunch of teeth. If we can try some modifications and go slow and try these things and be patient with him and work through it, we can move teeth and have a better bite, better dental, all of it. This is, again, we're living in this world with autism where it's not like you do this. It's not. You got to try A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3 to see what you can make work. And sometimes you just want to scream like, buddy, we're just trying to help you. And I had a doctor say to me once, or a therapist or someone, I remember, that kids like Cooper don't understand delayed gratification. And I think, just really think about this with your own child. Cooper, you know, like think about like your tummy hurts. And if you take the big poo-poo, you feel better, right? Your tooth hurts. If you take the medicine, you feel better. You have to do the hard thing, right? The hard work to get to the gratification. Cooper does not understand that. He does not understand that and still doesn't. And when he's like lucid, I can talk to him and be like, Cooper, we just have to do these things and we can make this all better. And he's like, yeah. and then the HIT hits the fan and whoop, everything's out the window, right? Sometimes it feels like a Groundhog's Day. And so we went to this appointment, and we have some tools in our pocket. We're using, social stories. We're using blankets. We're using a special dentist. We're building up tolerance. We're visiting often. We're doing social stories. And for this bigger appointment, we're doing some lorazepam. And yesterday, it may have backfired on us. And we went in, and I was blown away. So essentially, he laid in the chair, and it took out the spacers. So there's 4 spacers, and she was able to fit him 4 back bands. And so I've had braces like a million years ago, and I remember getting those like back, they're like a metal, the shape of your back tooth, and you got to kind of fit it on there, and then take it off. So we chose to use some lorazepam to just help calm him, and have had great success with that. I just want to say it's a great tool. It's a very low dose, and she was able to and we're just doing the back 2 teeth. So she was able to he just laid there and watched Cars up on the screen and had his 2 blankets, and he held his words, and mom and dad were there, and it probably took about 10 minutes to fit everything, and he was chill. And then she had to take the camera, and rub it, kind of move it throughout his whole bottom mouth. And then the picture of the teeth show up on the screen. That took about 10 minutes. He was so relaxed. He was so great. I mean, I was like, we did it. We did it. Like, we're doing it. I'm just like ready to cry in joy. And then the way it works is you put the spacers back in while the back bands are created. And so essentially he'll have the spacers in now until the 1st of December, and then those come out. But it's just like little rubber bands that go in there. And she put them back in, and the only way that I can describe it is just he lost his mind. And it is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. There's no other word. It is the most heartbreaking. A lot of people think that, meltdowns can be, in many cases, can be scary, can be unsafe, can be dangerous, can be so many different things. With Cooper, it's really quite heartbreaking. It's the most devastation you can imagine, and guttural sobbing. And there is no hugging through it. There's no, like, a child falls off their bike and you hold them, and you hold them, and you hold them and love them until they calm down. There's no reaching this person. Like, there's just no reaching him. And so you honestly just really have to go into crisis mode, and you have to protect. This is my rules. We have to protect Cooper. We have to protect property. We have to protect other people, and we have to protect ourselves. And I will be on the chopping block. I'm not afraid. Jamie's not afraid, and no one got hurt. I want to be clear. Absolutely no one got hurt. But, that's just kind of how we look at it. And so I sat with him on the ground while he laid there, and Jamie just sat by his feet. Our concern was there's a lot of really expensive things in a dental hygienist room. There's x-ray machines and tools, and there's just a lot of really, really expensive things. And I just want to keep humanizing how heartbreaking it is, because I imagine someone's like, hey, would think he's a monster. There's nothing monster about it in this case. It's really heartbreaking. So I'll just keep humanizing it. But so Cooper is just trying to, like, get away and, like, get in the corner. And he wants to pull things on top of him. So our dental office has, they're like metal toolbox drawers, like things, the ones like you have in your garage, or your husband or whoever has the tools. My dad had them. My husband has them. That's what it was. Like, they're like from Home Depot, because we were like laughing. We had like 20 minutes to, like, it was a 20-minute thing. And so Jamie's like, is that from Home Depot? And he was trying to pull it on top of him. So the drawers were opening up, and he was trying, and imagine an octopus with arms and legs, and just reaching for things and screaming. And I just sat with him, and I actually talked a lot about Dexter, and I talked a lot about his birthday, and mommy will help, and I can't help when you're like this. And we just had to get him out of there. But this came up this morning. I was like, Jamie, can't you just carry him out? And he's like, are you joking? He's 155 pounds. Like, I can't carry him. And I was like, get stronger. Like, I actually said that. I was like, because there's a big switch that happens when you can no longer move your children. And so I was like, and I would say this if Jamie was sitting here. I don't know if Jamie helped with the meltdown, but Jamie helped with the meltdown. Does that make sense? I don't know if he helped Cooper in any way, but he helped the situation. And that's fine. I was so thankful he was there. I don't even know if I helped. I mean, there's just no reaching this little human, big human. And we eventually got a wheelchair, and it probably was the longest 20 minutes of my life. We got him up, we got him in the wheelchair, and he was like holding onto the walls, like making himself wide so we couldn't go through the doors. I was holding, and you have to laugh, I was holding his feet, and we were going as fast as I can. Jamie was holding, pushing. They took us out a back entrance. We got out the front door, and then he wouldn't leave. We got him out of the wheelchair. There was no ramp. There was no the curb. I mean, come on. There's people with strollers. There was no handicap thing. We couldn't push him down, so we had to get him up. And then it was probably another 10 minutes at the front of the building to get him into the car. And I have a weird vehicle. I have the childproof locks are not always on. And so Jamie and I had drove separately, and Cooper won't go with Jamie, Meltdown or not, if I'm the option. And we got him in the car, and I'm like, he's going to jump out. And Jamie's like, okay, I'll like mess with this. And so like he was playing with the door and got the childproof lock on. I think we have to do that every time. I don't know why. We have a Ford Expedition. I don't know. I'm going to call Ford, like what the H is happening here. But he managed to turn it on. And it was a 30-minute drive, and Cooper spent the whole 30 minutes trying to get the door open. I was terrified, not for myself in any way. And some parents are terrified while driving. I know a story of a young man that broke his dad's arm while driving. So there are situations. I was never afraid Cooper is not aggressive towards us. It's different than that. But he wanted to jump out. He was in fight or flight, and it was 30 minutes of just guttural screaming. And eventually he took a bunch of his clothes off, and a car full of teenagers pulled up next to us and were laughing. And I was like, oh my God, this is my hell. I put on like Jesus music, and it was like, I just had to I had to pray. I just prayed, you guys. I drove and cried and prayed. That's what I did. I just said, Jesus, and whether you believe in a higher power or hope or whatever, it doesn't matter. You just let me get this person home safely. Please, God, let me get this person home safely. And, it was really bad, you guys. It was really bad. And I don't know how to. It was so bad. So got him home, and then gave him a dose of Tylenol, and he was fine. So Jamie's positive that the lorazepam made it worse. He's positive, and he's like, we're not doing that again. And I'm like, I don't know if it made it worse. I don't know if it made it worse. I don't know. I talked to a nurse today who's a friend, and she's like, sometimes they can make it worse. I'm like, I don't know. I just ordered an edible arrangement for the dentist office. I just sent him an edible arrangement. And I just said, I am so sorry. Thank you for being so nice to us. I don't know. What do you do in that situation? There's a funny book that there's no good card for this. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sad. I don't know. And then I had to go pick up Cooper or Winnie from school. And I just drove, and I sat in the car. And I just cried, and I listened to music. And I thought, who would do this after I'm gone? Because I don't think anyone would willingly do it. And if they did, I don't think that they could do it with such kindness and love. Because in that 30-minute drive, I was trying to listen to my Crime Junkies podcast. I couldn't hear it. I kept turning. I was trying to focus. And I was listening to it, and I kept pausing it because of the guttural screaming. And I'm I was like, Cooper, I can't do this anymore, pal. Cooper, you gotta give mommy a break. I know it's hurting, sweetheart, but and I don't think he was in pain. I want to be clear. But something's hurting, right? And I'm like, I don't think mommy can't do this anymore. I am not superhuman. I am not special. There's nothing special about me. I'm just like you. Only I was given a baby with severe autism. I'm no different than my best friends that don't have kids with disabilities. There's nothing special about me. So why me? I mean, I could spiral if you want me to. I mean, I can spiral with the best of them. I don't know why. So I felt life felt really unfair and felt really angry. I felt a lot of pressure to live forever. I'm gonna have to eat some more fruits and vegetables. Keep taking my Grunes vitamins. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer, but I just wanted to share all that with you. I tried to order Autism Out Loud, but don't know how to get on Amazon. Is there an easier way to order the book? Oh, Sheila, any bookstore. If you want to go into a bookstore, any bookstore, just ask for it. They'll order it for you. Yeah, so I just wanted to share all that. I don't know what's happening after today. I'm just taking this day by day. Cooper's having a great day. He went with me to a quick appointment this morning, and was a riot and did great. I'm keeping him home today because he had some tummy things last night, and that was a whole other thing that I'm not going to share publicly. But we had some things happen that I was like, what's happening here? So that was a lot to add on top of everything that had happened. But so I'm just keeping him home, and he knows he's going to school for 2 days. He's going Thursday, Friday, and I just want to tell you it's okay to take it day by day. It's okay to take it hour by hour. And I want to say there were a lot of positives yesterday. A lot of positives. He rocked the appointment up until the end. So yeah. Okay. I'm going to say it one more time because there's like 700 people watching. And if all 700 of you ordered this, it would be amazing. So this is the book. If anything I said resonated with you, anything, if you found yourself nodding, if you feel seen, if you want to know more, if you want to know how to help a friend, if you're a grandma and you want to help your adult child with, who's raising a child with autism, your grandchild, order this. And right now it's only $10 on Amazon, so you can get 4 max. So if you already have it, order this for your child's teacher, therapist, for Christmas gifts, and open it up and write them a note. And just say, I always write to our teachers, thank you for choosing our kids. Thank you for seeing their value. Thank you for believing in them. Give it to your dentist. I've given this to our dentists. Give this to your doctors. I've given it to our doctors. So please pop on an order. I would be so honored and so thankful. Okay, I am headed to the eye doctor. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being kind. I appreciate you all so much. Goodbye.